We are Steve and Jill.
Together, we've been buying and reselling land since the 90s.
Our data-centric approach leaves our buyers asking, how can you sell it so cheap?
Here on the Land Academy Show,
We answer that and more. Jack and Jill here.
Hi.
Welcome to the Land Academy Show, entertaining land investment talk. I'm Steve and Jack Butala.
And I'm Jill DeWitt, broadcasting from the Valley of the Sun.
Today is Jill Friday. She's going to talk about how to pick a great land business partner. I can't wait to hear this show.
This comes up all the time. Everyone asks me, how did you get so darn lucky?
Oh, I thought you were going to say, how do you put up with that?
Your life looks like a dream.
Oh my gosh. No one says that. Before we get into it, let's take a question posted by one of our members on the landinvestors.com online community. It's free. And I'll tell you, back in the day, it was almost impossible to find land without our actual mailing address. So we developed a product called neighborscoop.com, where all you do is put in the state, county, and APM, and up pops the parcel. You can complete what we call the 6 A's due diligence in seconds instead of weeks like it used to. Check it out at neighborscoop.com or give us a email at support@landacademy.com.
Okay, so this is the right question here. Not this one. Okay, good. Okay, so Martin wrote, this is hilarious. You two are great. How can I get my wife interested in working with me?
Oh, jeez. Martin says this?
Yes.
Oh, Martin.
Yeah.
The cards are stacked against you.
This,
How do you, get your
Martin,
wife? How do you get your wife interested in anything is a real question.
Oh. You know what's funny? I hear this often from men, like, my wife kind of gets it. Usually it's just trying to get your wife on board. It's people I'm talking to, they're thinking about joining Career Path or thinking about joining Land Academy. And sometimes they get to me and I'm just kind of answering questions. And one of it's like, gosh, I will ask, like, by the way, is your significant other on the same page? Because look, men, you all know, or look, men or women, it doesn't matter who you are. If your partner is not on the same page, it's probably not going to work. If they're adamantly against you doing something like this, they're not going to be supportive. And you shouldn't.
My favorite is, I bought this for my wife, meaning Land Academy.
Yeah.
And she said, what the hell is this? I'm not
doing this.
Yeah. And so and the guy says, here I am 14 deals later and I quit my job.
Exactly. It's funny. So I do know that there are many couples that listen to our show. Not even, I think, in the land space, but this for the comic relief. I get that. I know what it is. It's like, hey, we're not that bad, babe.
Yeah. Boy, they'd make me feel better about myself.
Exactly. Could you imagine if we worked together? Woo, sheesh. Dodge that bullet.
Let me get this out of the way. Today's Jill Friday, how to pick a great land business partner. This is the meat of the show.
Okay, we're going to dive in and cover it all at one time. So, all right. So, and I understand you can't push it. You really can't. If they're interested, they are. If not, at least I would share, to kind of answer Martin's question, offer to get them involved, share with what you're doing, show them the bank account when it's growing. And if they weren't involved initially and they see the bank account growing, they'll probably be supportive after that. That used to be a thing a long time ago. I remember a guy years ago said, I did what you said. I spent $10,000. I bought 10 $1,000 properties. Next thing you knew, I was staring at, $23,000. My wife immediately said, go for it, baby. Would you like me to make you a sandwich?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of thing. When she watched it more than double and said, the test is over kind of thing. But that was one way to do it. So, but today it's really talking about how to pick a great partner. And I've found that more people are successful when they're not a one-man show and they are doing it with a partner. Because face the facts, most of us are not great at every single part of this business. I'm good at my parts. He's great at his part. I'm the sales and the communication and that side of our business. And he's the data and the analytical part and the just the paperwork part that I hate doing. He's really, really good at it. So look at us. So you got to first take a step back and realize, what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? And so you know what you're looking for. And the best place to, once you figure this out, to try to start finding a good partner is put it out there and within Land Academy, not to the planet. Don't put it on LinkedIn. You have a closed, wonderful environment here of people. What's great is we're now able to do it within Discord. Back in the day when we were just getting started and we started having these live in-person events, that's where our connections were made. And I know many partnerships that were formed out of those live events, people walking away like, I'm the data guy, he's the this guy. I always queued up the deals. He lined up the brokers and got the stuff sold. And they told me where to send out more mail. And that's what we did.
Works.
I
that's
remember
a great
one
situation.
Trio in particular. It was really cool. These 3 guys connected from all different parts of the country and went off to just kill it. It's amazing. So now we can do it within our community. It's great. I want you to test it. I want you to, know what your strengths are, properly share what you're good at, what you're not good at. Make sure who you're talking to about this is, it fits together. The pieces fit together. And I want you to test a deal or two. Don't dive in. Don't say, well, we met on Discord or we met here. We're going to make this work. We actually even met for coffee. I flew there. It's going to work out great. We, before I left town, we got a bank account. We each threw in $100,000, got an LLC, and here we go. I want you to test it a little bit first. I don't want you to do a couple deals together, even like we suggest with land funding and deal funding. Do a deal or two together with that person. See how it's going to go before they're your number one bank. And make sure you all can work together. You're on the same page. And
in this environment, competition is not your friend. Jill and I have not been in competition with each other, not even for a single moment that I can recall. I'm not trying to find better deals than she's trying to find. Jill and I have the same exact common goal.
Brilliant.
So as far out as you can look, Jill and I want to go to that exact same place. And we don't talk about this ever. It's just how we are. I have a completely different way about how to get to that goal as Jill does. And we know that and accept it. And it's not a point of contention at all. We don't compete with each other.
That's good.
And Jill, here's my second and final point of advice. And I can't say this more clearly. Find a business partner and potentially a life partner that wants to do the crap that you don't want to do. If Jill was constantly trying to do a mailer because she thought she could do it better than I can, this would never work. It would have ended the first week. But what she wants to do is buy and sell property. And she wants to get on the phone and turn somebody in her soul, turn somebody who's like, I'm never selling you this piece of property, into somebody who's going to sell her the piece of property for the price that she wants. She's wired that way. She was born that way. And I was born a data person. And if this doesn't work with 3 people, there might be 1 Jill and 2 of me, or maybe that's 2 hard. Jills. And that's tough. That's way against the odds.
It's harder.
So it's hard enough to find a business partner where you've got, because people attract, like if I went to some type of meeting to recover from a disorder, it would be Data's Anonymous or whatever. And so, and then everybody gets along. Oh yeah, sure. I did that too. That was silly that one time. There's no meetings where there's mingling. So this is tough. Mm-hmm. It's a tough thing to accomplish. And then it takes a lot of years to perfect, at least 2 years to perfect. I'm not saying it's easy, but boy, when it clicks, it clicks.
It's good. You just brought up a good point about not competing with each other. Like if I really, you've done my job, obviously, when you were a one-man show, but you've learned to trust me and we both trust each other and we stay out of each other's lane. That's a huge one. When I talk to couples, we have
many couples in our group.
Successful couples in our group. I mean, I could rattle them off. There's a lot of them. And we all agree, like, yes, we have our own offices. Yes, we have our own doors. Yes, we have meeting times. Yes, we know when to talk about it. You have to learn this stuff. This is more. This is what we're talking about right now is 101. That's master's level. Like, not to kill each other and how to stay together, but you do, then you learn as you go along, like how to stay out of each other's lanes, trust them, not mess with their decisions, don't go back and redo their work. There's all kinds of little things like that you will learn. Thank you. And thank you, and happy you could join us today. 5 days a week, you can find us here on the Land Academy Show.
Join us next week for another interesting episode. You are not alone in your real estate ambition. We've always threatened to do a couples thing.
I know. I love this topic.
I do too, because we're so I really think we have most of the answers, not all of them, but because we've been through tough times.
And it's universal. We really could teach a couples thing on how to be in business together, fill in the blank business. I don't care if it's making soap or what, because there are universal things about it.
Yeah, it's not natural.
That we have learned and tested and got through and cried and yelled.
I think to end it on this, I really think that there's our gender since the beginning of time as humans has dictated our roles. And I think we live in a world right now where that's not the case, where our gender theoretically should not have anything to do with our roles because of the world we live in now. So I think it's easier now than ever to take on the Jack or the Jill role, easier than it's ever been.
I like that. Thank you for tuning in. Hey, great news. I'm working on this right now too, by the way. I'll tell you about after this show, after I give this little blip, I'll give you more information, but I'm working on this. I'm working hard on a Land Academy way to online notarize your documents worldwide from our offices here in Scottsdale. Imagine that. So rules have changed. I've almost got all the software and all the details lined up where you could be sitting at your desk or on your camera or out and about on your phone, and I can online notarize documents for you or your sellers or your buyers. Whatever it is, it's great. So we haven't even named it yet. If you want to know more, please call 833-522-5545 or send a note to support@landacademy.com. We are Jack and Jill.
Information
and inspiration
to buy undervalued property.
We hope you found our content valuable and we appreciate your support. If you have not already, please check out our channel and hit the subscribe button.
And your comments and suggestions help us to create the content you're here for. Hitting the like button helps to support our channel's algorithm and gauge your interest for future shows.